What's up, everybody? It's April Dawn. I'm here to do my Queen Sugar Season 2, Episode 3 review. I can't remember the title of it, but I'm sure it'll be right somewhere in the video. Overall, I thought the episode was pretty good. You know, it's taken a minute for me to get back used to Queen Sugar because, you know, it's a slow burn. And so I have to remember that when I'm doing the videos and when I'm watching it, that it's a pretty slow burn. I didn't get to watch it last night with everybody live because I was at a birthday dinner for one of my good friends. Matter of fact, we're going out of town. We're going to California tomorrow, so it's my first time. So I'm going to LA to visit one of my friends, so I'm excited about it. I'm going to try to blog a little bit. I'm not really good at blogging because I'll be holding the camera all type of ways, y'all. But just, you know, I'm going to try to give y'all a little piece of what, you know, regular people do when they go to California. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the video. So we start off, I'm going scene by scene. That's how I took the notes. That's how we're going to do it today, okay? So Charlie is making a smoothie for Micah, and Ralph Angel and Darla, you know, comes over in the morning. They have some type of surprise for Blue. And Micah have an attitude pretty much the whole episode. Like, he's walking around trying to find his stuff for school. He says he can't find his calculus binder. And Blue comes out of the back and says, hey, you know, me and Kenya, we decorated your binder. And he says, I told you to stop touching my stuff or whatever. So, you know, Ralph Angel was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? And even, you know, Charlie was like, hey, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just trying to be your friend. Like, what's, you know, we know you got a bug up your ass because you know what happened to you. But this is my thing. Maybe just because I'm from Louisiana, y'all. But it's like, if you mad, say you mad. If you upset, say you upset. If you don't want to talk, but don't be having no attitude with the little children. Ain't do you nothing, okay? He ain't do nothing to you. I'm just saying. Michael, chill out. Okay? Don't make me start calling you Tyreek. Because once I call you Tyreek, you know you on my shit list. I'm just telling you right now. Okay? I don't have time for it. So we have Vi and Hollywood in the kitchen. It's real cute. They up in there, you know, I love them. They getting their stuff together. In this whole episode, Hollywood is a little restless because now, you know, he quit working offshore. So my uncle used to work offshore for many years. But yeah, he quit working offshore, so he's fixing stuff under the sink. He's, you know, trying to find stuff to do. He said he's finished with his honey-do list. She said, well, you know, the list usually accumulate when you go away, but you're here all the time, so you done did everything or whatever. So she like, you need to kick back. This is how you do it. You go outside, you relax, you chill. A lot of times I feel like, you know, in our lives, we just work, and we don't know how to break. Like, I'm a teacher, I'm on my break, and I promise y'all about 2 weeks in, I'm bored to tears because now, but I don't want to go to no training. I don't want to do no work, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, I get tired of laying in the bed every day and going to work out, okay? And other than getting super fine, that's really, like, you pretty much bored for half the summer, okay? So she tell him, kick back, relax, chill out. He said he gonna try, okay? So Charlie shows up. I'm showing the meal to the farmer. She's trying to garner some business, you know, for the meal, get them to come in with her with the deal. She's talking about all the technological advances that they're having in the meal, in this meal that they're gonna have that's gonna get their cane out faster. It's gonna get the cane out, you know, more the best quality cane because it's climate controlled and everything, you know, it's, you know, all type of systems in place where it's gonna make that, where they're gonna try to make that work. And they said, well, how you gonna deal with the people, you know, because the machine's only good as the people who run it. She said Remy has recommended some man Rodriguez, he gonna come in and he gonna help with the people, okay, to talk to the people, all right, because, you know, to get everything done, because we all know Charlie ain't good talking to nobody, okay, and that was pretty much it for that. Nova meets with Steve. Steve is her new editor, so apparently the old editor must have got fired or let go, or he moved on to another job. She meets with Steve, and Steve tells her how great her articles are, how he's read her articles, and, you know, she's an awesome writer. But then he tells her it's time for them, they're gonna can the story about the bail money, but, you know, now they're gonna, you know, try to focus on some things that's going right and things that's going wrong. Now, this is my thing. It would be different if he was like, you know, let's have an article every week or whatever about some things that's going right, and then, you know, you can still do your articles, but you cut my stuff. So we're not talking about things that's going wrong and things that's going right. We just talking about things that's going right, trying to act like ain't nothing going wrong, okay? Because we all know something is going wrong. So she's upset about this. You know, obviously Nova is not happy about this whole thing or whatever, and he wasn't really... He said, you know, it's time that we find some solutions and not just the problems. Okay, I get that, but we need to talk about the problems. Okay, before we act like they don't exist no more, we have to talk about them. Okay, so Charlie and Remy discuss the business. They discuss where she's living because she's got a new apartment. Well, basically, wait, hold up. Charlie and Remy discuss new business from her showing. Oh yeah, they talk about the showing, the new business that, you know, they're gonna garner from the showing, and you know how she gonna make it work with the money and all that situation. So they talk about that. She gets a call to come see a new apartment because somebody backed out, a tenant backed out at the last minute. So she goes to go see this new apartment, and she asks Remy to join her. So I'm like, okay, y'all live romance, okay, you going out to join her for the, okay, that's cute, that's relationship goals, okay. So Charlie, okay, yeah, I did that already. So yeah, so they go see the new place. So Prosper and Ralph Angel are walking through the crop, and they looking at the sugar cane, and they see that there's white flies on the leaves. We don't know what that means now. We don't know if that's good or bad, because, you know, we ain't from St. Joe Parish, so we don't know. I'm assuming it's something bad. It's always something bad. So Ralph Angel and Prosper call Charlie and let her know that you know, they have white flies. It's not going to be horrible. It's going to but it's going to affect some acres, and they need to clean it before the fungus grows. So they need to wash everything off. So he says, how much is it going to cost? Or he said it's going to cost about $5,000. And, you know, Ralph Angel immediately offers up the money that he received. I forgot to say that at the beginning of the episode. He did receive his check from the loan that he applied for. So he offers up the money, but she tells him no. So I was happy about that. That she was like, no, that's for you and your soybeans, and what you want to plant in soybeans, right? What he want to plant. Okay, she was like, no, I'm not going to take your money. So I was like, okay, you know, they're taking baby steps. Okay, I can work with that. Oh, cool. So, you know, they decide to go ahead and get it done. I'm like, Charlie ain't gonna have no money for this all over with, y'all. None, not a drop, okay? So Nova does, she does this beautiful ceremony with her friend's twins. Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful when she wrapped up with the towel and was like, may your love bring light to darkness, and, you know, happiness to sadness. I don't know, it was something like that, but it was real cute though. It was real cute. I like that. I want somebody to come do that when I have a baby. Who gonna come? Who volunteering? Who coming? It was real nice. I just put beautiful in my notes. But she asks if she wants the family. The girl and her sit down and talk, and they talk about whether, you know, why does Nova want a family of her own. Nova says she have a mother and a father and your nephew, and she good. That's all the family she gonna need. But I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. She was real natural with the babies, y'all. It was real cute, and it was real natural. So, like, I don't believe that she don't want no family. I believe that she just haven't found the right person, or she doesn't know what the right person is. I think Nova is all mixed up and confused. Like, she's so laser focused. It's interesting, her character, because she's so focused on, you know, the criminal justice system and reform and things of this nature. But it seems like she's, you know, like, she's not, as far as her personal life, she like all over the place, you know. Last season, she was in love with Calvin. Where is Calvin? Where is Calvin? Where he at? Okay, what happened? Child, y'all got to tell us. And I don't want to see no flashback. I want him to come and tell us, okay, and figure out what happened, child. I want to know. What happened? What's the tea? So, Nova informs her about the new editor. She tells a friend about the new editor, and she says, you know, and the girl was like, well, why don't you just threaten to leave, you know? And she was like, well, what if he take me up on my bluff? I'm gonna be out of a job, I'm not gonna have no money, you know, and I got this going on. And she was like, well, you know, you need to trust your gut, and, you know, to always go with your gut. And basically she said, well, I'm gonna trust my gut, and I'm just gonna get along, you know, go along to get along for now until I can win him over to her team. But something tells me it's not going to be that easy. I really think the white man going to be a love interest, because y'all know she like white men. So I'm just saying, him and her going to get into it, and then they're going to end up going out on a date. And I don't know, she going to have to choose between Ebony and Ivory. Ebony and Ivory. She going to have to make a choice. You know, I don't know. We going to keep Nova lifted, because she doing a lot, girl. She Nova is, girl, she doing a whole lot, okay? So, yeah, so Blue, Darla, and Ralph Angel discuss the flies, and they're just talking about everything that goes on. Answer, and they really don't know. Oh, okay, they're talking about the flies, and she starts talking about she was a swimming champion, or she was, she was all state or something like that. And he kind of looked at her, he was like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm like, y'all got a whole baby together, and you don't even know this stuff about this girl. Like, it just shows you so much about how much they don't know about each other. You can tell their romance was like a whirlwind, because we found out last season that Darla came to Louisiana to go to college. So she was in Louisiana, probably going to Xavier, or Dillard. Okay, she was probably going to Xavier or Dillard, and she met Ralph Angel somewhere out with his friends. in the city, okay, and got hooked up with him and got pregnant and had a baby, and then when you don't have any family or support or whatever, and they broke up, you know, got on that narcotic, or maybe she got on it before to help her do drugs. I forgot how she said she got on it, but yeah. So it just goes to show you that how much they don't know about each other, and that was interesting because she kind of looked at him like, we don't even really know each other. Like, she is realizing like, damn, we don't even know each other like that. Like, I like their relationship though, you know. And she talks about she wants to give Blue lessons at the pool, you know, to learn how to swim, and she'll pay for it out of her check. And he was like, well, you know, I don't want you to be doing nothing or whatever, but he was like, if you want to, that's okay. So, you know, that was a cute little moment between them. Remy and Charlie discuss, they go to eat lunch after she looked at the apartment, and basically the apartment was live at 5. It had 4 bedrooms, it had everything. And when they got to eat lunch, she was like, I mean, you know, I can make it work. You know, the light fixtures, I didn't like the light fixtures in the bath. I mean, just bougie and money, okay? And he was like, girl, how you gonna get these farmers to work with you and you living high on the hog and they see you turn around living high? She was like, well, you know, they had an interesting discussion about success. Why is it with that when black success looks like white success, black people feel like you're better than them, or they feel like this, you know? And she basically said, I don't let white people tell me how to live. I don't let them dictate to me, you know, how I live my life, and I'm not gonna let black people do it either. It just is what it is. I got money, and I'm teaching my kids that you work hard, and when you work hard, you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. And I personally did not disagree with her. I would love to hear you guys, you know, opinion on this topic, because I personally didn't see anything wrong with what she said. You do work hard to achieve the things you did. When I tell people that I wouldn't talk to nobody who flip fries at McDonald's, you know, dudes don't like that when you say that kind of stuff, but I'm sorry, it just is what it is. I work hard. I went to school. I had a single mother. She worked hard. I worked hard. I went to school. I graduated from college. I went to school again. I graduated from college again and got my master's degree. If I could have did it, anybody could have did it, and I have worked too hard to be trying to support somebody who worked at McDonald's flipping fries. I ain't gonna do it, and I don't care who mad. I feel like the Lord is gonna put you with somebody that's equally yoked, okay? Equally yoked. That's gonna be a helpmeet. You can't help me nowhere at McDonald's, but you can't help me do nothing but place my order. So I'm not gonna be able to do that. It's no shade to people who do that. I feel like, you know, it's an honest living. It's just not for me. It's just not for me, okay? It's just not for me. You know, I'm not saying I wouldn't work there. I wouldn't work if I had to. Where I work anywhere I had to, if I had to. But I'm talking about where I am right now in my life right now, and for my dating partners, that's not something that's interesting to me. I would date the manager or the person who owned the McDonald's, but not the person who flip fries at McDonald's. I'm not gonna do that. I don't even know if I would date the manager, because I don't even know. Okay, so we'll have to see. But yeah, so I ain't see nothing wrong with what Charlie said. What y'all think about it? I mean, you should be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor, and not people, you know, people be calling you bougie. But we all know low-key Charlie bougie. I mean, it just is what it is. You know, it seemed like her mama had money. Her mama was going to Egypt, so she clearly had some money to travel all the way across the water, okay? So, you know, she's a little bougie, but, you know, and so they go back and forth about that living high on the hog, blah, blah, blah. So at the same time, Hollywood comes into the diner, and he's talking to Vi, and basically Vi like, you know, look, I'm at work, I can't entertain you while I'm at work. And somebody comes in and asks about some pies that she had made for the function, you know, and she was like, you know, I'm not gonna have time. And Hollywood says, well, you know, I'll do it, just tell me what to do, and you know, I'll go get everything or whatever. And he just needs something to do, baby. He just needs something to do. I want to say they could just open it, you know, they can, well, we'll get to that. But when he was sitting right there, I was like, why don't she just give him a job? I mean, why don't he just like be the handyman, or, you know, somebody who be fixing stuff when the stove break? You know what I'm saying? Somebody, handyman, you know, something like that. He could go get the stuff out the deep freezer and stuff. You know, I don't know. What y'all think? I don't know. So Ralph Angel and Charlie are discussing, okay, this was a good part. Ralph Angel and Charlie were discussing, you know, what's going on with the sugar cane and them being, you know, having to clean it and how it was going to affect them money-wise. That wasn't really the important part. The important part was Michael was doing his homework in the room, and Blue ran in the room to play with him. And so when he went to play with him, Michael said, move out of my way like this. And it was an accident. I mean, he reached behind him like this. It was an accident, but he accidentally hit Blue, and Blue fell against the wall. He started having a heart attack. You know how kids are. They fell out, oh, screaming, holler. And let me tell you something. Ralph Angel pushed that boy up against that wall. I said, Ralph, you're a little rough. You're a little my friend put on Facebook, she talking about, girl, I wish that was me because I was staying in tribute. I was staying in as a tribute. You can slam me on the wall, Ralph Angel. You can do that. I'm sorry. You can do that. I ain't sorry. I not blew on the wall. Slam me against the wall, Ralph. Yeah, but yeah, he slammed him on the wall like, nigga, don't you ever put your hand on my child again. I was like, Michael was scared. Like, he was scared because Mike ain't used to that. Michael was scared. I know he was scared because I was scared for him. Okay, so Michael said, Charlie came over there, get your hands off my child or whatever. And so Blue is screaming and he picks up Blue and he goes into the room and she's, checking on Micah. Micah snatch away, I'm okay. You boss, you big time. You ain't do all that with Ralph Angel, had you on the wall, see? But I be that ignorant mama. You ain't do all that with Ralph Angel, had you pinned on the wall. I'm just saying, you ain't do all that then. And he said he just trying to do his homework. He snatched his paper and he left. So, like I said, attitude, the whole episode, like he teeter-tottering on Tyreek. He teeter-tottering right there on Tyreek. Teeter-totter, okay? So, Ralph Angel and Charlie. Charlie says, go easy on him. Later on they talk. She said, look, go easy on him. He just got arrested by the police and everything that's been happening with the move and all this stuff with the divorce and everything. And Ralph Angel basically says it's her fault because how she raised him. He don't know nothing about nothing. He sheltered the money don't make you, smarter or better or something he said. He went on this. Like, this the thing with Ralph Angel. Y'all, like, we be coming for Ralph Angel. We do. And, like, we chopped Charlie. I chopped her up on that video last week. I chopped her up. But don't get me wrong, like, Ralph Angel, when he got an attitude, his tongue is reckless. Okay, he could say some shit that's gonna really hurt your feelings. And like, he really be hurting Charlie's feelings. And so, he was basically like, you bougie. I mean, in a nutshell, you bougie. And you raised him like this. That's why he don't know how to do nothing. He don't know how to handle himself. He don't know how to react because y'all shelter him and yada, yada, yada. So, and walks off, leaving Charlie feeling stupid, lost, left out, last, and least. Okay? So, okay, where am I, y'all? Where am I? Yeah, so they have to clean, now they have figured out that they have to clean all the cane by hand. They have to go through all the leaves and scrub them and remove the ones that's lifted. So, they figure out how they going to get the people to come out there, and volunteer to kind of help clean the stuff. And, Ralph Angel said something again about, don't worry about it. Us field niggas going to take care of it for you. Us field Negroes going to take care of it for you. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, why you doing all of that? Okay, I understand he hit your son, but why you mad at me, though? You know what I mean? Like, you knew it was an accident, but you know what I'm saying? Like, all of that was extra. Like, Ralph Angel be childish. That's his problem, is he's childish and he's prideful. And that's going to come back to bite him in the ass real hard later on this season. I can already tell. But yeah, he real childish. I was like, you childish. You saying that stuff because you know Charlie ain't going to pop off on you and say nothing back. Okay, but when it come to get some monies and financials together, because she be getting you right on together. I mean, they really did a good job playing this brother and sister off each other, because you can really, like, they relationship is like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? Like my sister. Or, your brother or your sister, like, shut up. Like, I can cuss you out, but I'ma chill, because you right, low key. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. So, Hollywood is cooking in the kitchen. Vi just stops in and she kind of takes over everything for him and tells him to go on because they done call him down to the sugarcane farm anyway. So, he goes on and goes. So, you can tell that he's trying to find a place for himself, right? And he just, she keep like running over him to do whatever. These are small problems, but these are problems that normally happen when you have a long distance relationship with somebody. And basically that's what they are. Every time you get together, it's like a vacation. It's like a little mini retreat. But y'all need to do things like this. I read an article. You need to do things like go to grocery shopping together, like normal mundane things together, so that when you actually get together and live in the same city, that it won't be like the relationship is boring or some big letdown from what you're used to, because every time he see you, you going off to the restaurants and you going to the, the shows and all of this stuff. But when you have a real relationship, you don't do that all the time. You do a lot of nothing, okay, all the time when you're in a relationship, okay? So, yeah, so that's going on with that. So Nova is doing a story about some program that they're doing, you know, in the county to help people with counselors, I guess, after they get out of jail, rehabilitation, some type of thing. And so she's talking to the lady about it, and the lady is like, just cut the crap. You know what I'm saying? I know you coming here because she found out that some, you know, they cut the funding for whatever program it is by like a whole lot of money. So she was like, this is why nobody will talk to you or whatever in a department, because you coming up in here, you know, you won't never like write us. Basically, you always slant against us in your article writing. That's why nobody wants to talk to you about this, because I know if I say something like this, are you proud of me because you know we lost money and you trying to get to that angle with your story. So and then, you know, she says, I hope you have good luck with whatever you're trying to do, and she gets up and walks away. Okay, Nova be flipping stuff on them, okay, real quick. So Ralph Angel and Darla, he says that he needs her, you know, help, because they about to start scrubbing the stuff, and she asked for the time off for her job. And you know that man don't give no dams, okay? He told her, hell no, it's the emergency. Is it your son? He was like, no, then no, you have to take care of your love life after your shift. I'm like, damn, what if he was like shot in the hospital or something? Like, I mean, he just, but at the same time, Darla, whatever they doing, you ain't part of their family. Whatever they doing, girl, let them do it. Don't let this man mess up your job. He ain't your husband. Don't let him mess your job up, girl. Don't mess up your coin. Now, you got to learn that now. You should have stayed at work. I ain't gonna lie. You should have stayed. He was mean, but you should have stayed at work, because it really ain't had nothing to do with you. You could have stayed at work. They wasn't hurting. They was gonna be all right without you there, because you probably can't do nothing that much anyway. You ain't number 1 pound soaking wet. The wind blow and knock your ass over, okay? It's over with. So, he said, no, you should have stayed at work. Proctor shows everyone, he out there showing everybody what they supposed to do. Charlie is there. Darla shows up as well. And everybody gets out there, and, they go and start scrubbing leaves. And, she's passing out supplies, and the farmers are making jokes about her messing up her manicure. And, she kind of feeling some type of way. So she goes inside and she starts talking to Nova and asks Nova if she thinks that, she still thinks she a bougie bitch. And she was like, no, I don't think. She was like, but it came from somewhere, where did it come from? And she was like, Charlie and Remy, she said, they just feel like Charlie and Ralph Angel and Blue, they all living in a house together. So she was like, it just feels cramped. And, but he trying to get me out. But it's my house too. And, he ain't going to run me out of the house. And Nova was like, well, that means you ain't bougie right there. Because that's the hood attitude right there. You ain't going to run me out or whatever. So you can tell this is, child, listen, it's about, they kind of quelled it a little bit in this episode. I'm getting ahead of myself, but it's going to come back, because Ralph Angel, if I know Ralph Angel, he cannot let nothing slide, okay, without saying some slick stuff, okay? So, Vi stops by Ralph Angel, and Ralph Angel is acting real childish right now. He's acting really childish, okay? Real ignorant. I forgot what he was saying to her, but he kept saying the same thing over and over again, and I was like, nigga, if you don't... You need to cut it. Like, you doing the most right now. We understand you a little upset. What you so mad about? He act like Charlie a man or something. Like. Anyway, so he started venting to Aunt Vi about, I'm letting her stay in my house on my farm and this, that, and other. And she was like, well, your daddy left it to all of y'all. And then he tells her about the letter. He shows it to her. And she's like, this thing can break apart the whole family. All I know is you gonna do what you want to do, but all I know is if you pull the trigger, you need to be ready. If you ready to do this, if you write that check, you better be ready to cash it. Because this is my thing. Somebody pointed out in the comments on another video, or it might have been my video, but I'm not exactly sure. But so I don't want to say. But basically they said, even if the farm belongs to Ralph Angel, he still needs Charlie money to run the farm. He can't run the farm without Charlie. He need her money, because her money is financing his first harvest, finance all the seed cane, finance all of that, her personal money. So plus he have a felony. If he owns it, if he more open to the Landrys, taking it over or trying to do some slick stuff, because he have a sketchy history and he can be violated at any time for parole or whatever. Okay, so he tells her, and that's what she says about it. So Charlie meets Micah at the door. She's looking on the computer, looking for some stuff. Looking for a place to live, basically. And instead of she's trying to find a place closer to the farm, and he says, good, he tired of all the moving and all of this and that. And so, he understands there'll be no place like home like there is in New Orleans or whatever. But there is places like that, but there actually are places like that. That's LA, just as good as somewhere you live in LA or that type of quality. But, obviously, you know, she done got clowned for spending a whole bunch of money or being bougie, so she probably just don't want to move there. Okay, the police show up at the door and for Ralph Angel. Okay, they show up at the door. They said there was a report of gunshots coming from the property. Charlie explains that the guns belong to her father, and they explain that it still doesn't matter because Ralph Angel is not supposed to be in a home with firearms, and she says she shot the gun and she's so sorry. She basically charms the police officers into letting them, you know, into saying, okay, well, I'm moving tomorrow, so, you know, I'll take the guns with me. And so they're like, okay, cool. You know, basically, she charms him and smiles and ha ha ha, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Charlie mama white. What y'all think? Y'all think she white? I think she white, or she like, you know, real Creole, like real light skin, like Lynn Whitfield type or something like that, because I feel like her mama come from money, or yeah, or something like that. Her mama white. Like, I low-key feel like her mama white. Or she's really Creole, like really light skin. That's how I feel. That's how they setting it up, I think. Because, I mean, he cheated on the mama. Because Nova is the oldest, and she the middle child. So he cheated on the mama and got back together. I guess Ralph Angel was the makeup baby, I guess. So, yeah, she lies and says that. So that was a good clue, because she turns to Ralph Angel after it's over and she says, you know, Ralph, no matter what happens between us, no matter how you feel about me, I will always have your back. So that kind of like quelled him from being like, you know, this is my farm, and showing her the paperwork and everything. Because once he does that, y'all, I feel like it's gonna be no holds barred, because now you use my money and you talking about this your farm. So basically, now I gotta sue you. Okay, now I gotta sue you because you're gonna try to take the money or the proceeds. So why do that? I feel like if he just roll with it, it's gonna benefit everybody. Gonna benefit from this first harvest. They're gonna get their money up, and then he can present that fact, because at that point Charlie probably will relinquish control over the farm to him anyway, because she has her sugar mill and that's what she wants. She gonna focus on that, and that way everybody can win, instead of getting into a war with your family members before y'all even make your first piece of little change. Okay, that's not a good idea. So it's well this week, but I really sincerely feel, that's my prediction, y'all, that it's gonna come back later on. Let me hurry up because I'm taking too long. So yeah, so he says, Ralph Angel tell Micah later on that he, you know, he's been through some shit, and when he talks about when he was born and how he felt like he was gonna be his little brother, but he didn't grow up with him because they never brought him down, and you know, he never made it to LA. So, you know, he says, you know, if he needs to talk to anybody, he got him. You know, I got you. You know, I've been through a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We can talk to each other. So, he apologizes for for pinning him up against the wall. He apologizes to him for that. And Micah apologizes. And he said, you know, in jail we forced to act like animals, you know, but you know, out here we humans and we have to remember that. And so he apologizes for pinning him up against the wall. Micah apologizes, he apologizes for hitting Blue. And he said, I'm sorry for hitting Blue. And Rob was like, you know, tell him. Okay, and I like how Charlie calls him Rob. That is so cute. How she calls him Rob, Ralph Angel. Like, that is so cute to me. I don't know why. But y'all caught that? She calls him Rob. That is everything to me. That's so cute. Yeah, so Hollywood says that, he apologizes for coming up there and aggravating her, you know, and making a mess in the kitchen, and he says he wants to get a job, and she says, you know, you've been working hard for 20 years, 25 years, you know, sit down, enjoy life, you know, I know you feel like, they make you feel like you gotta work till you die. He like, I like to work, she like, I do too. So, you know, he asked her what her dreams are, because his dream is waking up with her and going to sleep with her every night. I said, baby, you better talk, that dog gonna talk. See, Hollywood, he that nigga who will come home and pay all your bills, okay, and go to work soon as I get home from work. Yes, I pay your rent. Yes, and give you a piece of old penis with stomach, with a 8-month stomach on it. You know what I'm saying? Come on, but he give you his check though, and he real nice and he can cook. So, you know, he grilled and everything. Them ribs be hitting. So, you know, you grow to love him. That's all I'm saying. You grow to love him. And everybody in your family love him, so y'all good. You know what I'm saying? It just, when love didn't look like what you thought it was going to. It didn't look like what you thought it was going to look like. But it still worked out. Praise God. Okay? So, he said his dream is to go to sleep and wake up with her, and he wants to know what's her dream. And she says making people happy with her food, maybe owning her own business. He said, baby, it ain't too late to get yours. It ain't too late for us to get ours. We ain't too old. I said, you better encourage your woman. You better be supportive and encourage your woman to live her dream. Okay? And she like 25 years older than you. I'm here for it. Yes! apologizes to Blue. He goes to Blue and says that he's sorry, even though it was an accident. He did not mean to do it. And Blue apologizes to him because he didn't ask him to play. And Michael says, you never have to ask me to play. And he gives him like a little etch-a-sketch or dry erase board or something. They hug. And it was so cute. It was so cute. And then we move on to everybody's getting things together. They're unpacking things. And she's talking about how she had to buy the whole house. And we come to find out that she decided to live in the mill. She gonna live in like a warehouse loft type of open area. It's probably gonna be so dope when she finished with it though, because she got money to decorate that home and make it nice. And Michael say he happy. He gonna see her, you know, roughing it. It was cute. Everybody was getting along. Everybody cracked a little joke with Ralph Angel. You know, Nova was like, yeah, I see you with Darla. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And he was like, yeah, you know. And she was like, he said something. She said something like, I'm glad you and Charlie made up or whatever. And he was like, yeah, you know, I guess for the time being, whatever. And that was cute. They all make a bet on how long she gonna make it. It was real cute. That was everything. And you know, that was pretty much it for that. And then at the last scene, they showed Darla at her job, and the man came and told her, this is your final check. She says, what happened? He says, I told you the other day, do not leave your job, and you left. And she said, you know, she starts crying, well, this job is a part of my recovery. And he was like, this job, you know, and part of your recovery is you have to accept the responsibility for your actions, and your actions have consequences. You should have went to work. You should have stayed at work. They had about 30 people out there doing that. You did not need to go out there. It was not that serious. You could have stayed at work. And that's what I'm saying. You prioritizing this man over your recovery. You're going to end up back on that shit. I think, Darla, I hope she don't get back on it, y'all. I think she going to have a brush of temptation, though. That's my prediction, that she going to have some type of temptation to do it. She's not going to do it, or she is going to do it, and we're going to be in for a rough-ass rest of the season, okay? Because Ralph Angel about to be stressed the hell out. I want to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, turn on your notifications button so you can see when I upload all my videos. I'm going to try to get the Power video out as soon as I can. I'm going to be in California, so I don't know if they have stars or if they have something I can watch Power on. I'm not exactly sure. So if I can do it this weekend, it will be up as soon as I get back on Tuesday. It'll be up Tuesday or Wednesday, okay? It's probably going to be late. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. I'm going to do my best to try to watch it, at least watch it, so I can do a review. It might be from California, y'all. So, put some places for me to go eat in LA, y'all. I know I want to go to Roscoe's, but yeah, some other places for me to eat, like some good Mexican food or sushi. You know, give me some California stuff. Y'all hook me up. All right, so I'll see y'all later. Have a great week. Peace.